If you have watched any of my videos about the Wolverine and film editing, you've heard me refer more than once to splices. Splices being the bane of film. Splices usually came about because multiple rolls of film were put onto one larger reel. But they also come about because projectors could be very unkind to film. They could burn holes in them. They could tear them apart, eat them up. We can see here the remains of a splice that was at a scene change, so probably it's where two rolls of film came together. You can see a little jagged edge on that, and that's remains of splicing glue in this case. I use little adhesive tapes designed especially for film editing. Kodak invented it, called press tapes. But a lot of people used, and some still use, glue. It uses a different kind of splicer, and it cuts a very, very slight bevel on the end of the film, and then you put a little bit of glue in there and let that sit up. So this glue, probably, 50 years old, 60 years old? I'm not sure the age of the film that this is, but what happened was, I came in to check and see how the Wolverine was doing, digitizing a batch, and it was stopped. And as I've also mentioned, that is a very nice thing. It seems to be fairly consistent. If the film gets jammed up because of a splice, usually, film gets jammed up, the Wolverine will stop. So all you have to do is open up the film gate cover and pop the film out and get out your trusty film editor to repair it. What? You don't have a film editor? Well, as of the moment I'm recording this, I have one for sale. A little press tape splicer, really. Got it on eBay. Hurry, it'll be gone before the 10th person has looked at this. One thing about film, it's organic. It's constantly changing. It has a mind of its own. This curl is obviously from being curled up on reels over the years, but it makes it a real pain to work with film. Film is also ever-changing. You may open up a can of old film and it smells like vinegar. That means it's gone bad. You may open up another can of film and look at the picture and find everything is red because all the blues have disappeared over the years. Or you may look at one and it's just very faded colors, whereas it started off nicely. Kodachrome film holds up well over the years as far as image quality goes, but it all curls like this, all the film does, and sometimes it just dries up and gets very hard so you can't project it, and sometimes it also curls. You can actually see a little bit there at the end of it. The film itself gets, I guess, it's almost like domed as it shrinks and changes over the years. This is good reasons why you should be spending $300 to $400 to get one of these, digitize your film, and never, ever, ever run that fragile stuff again through a movie projector for it to get eaten alive. So there's the splicer. And it has these handy little pins match up with the film. And there's a little spring-loaded pin right here too that puts tension on it. And that helps flatten out that curl as we put editing tape on it. Two sets here. One set is for 8mm film. Another set is for Super 8 film. That's on the bottom. And I think the 8mm film actually also works on 16mm. One of these does. So I use this for 16mm, 8mm, and Super 8. Uses these little press tapes that come two to a package, one for each side of the film. I've got some 8mm here and some Super 8. That's actually in the Kodak yellow. That's quite old. Kodak stopped making this a long time ago, and somebody else picked it up, and now when you see the new stuff, it has the white packages. The yellow packages, some of these are so old that they don't work right. But if you put a piece of tape on and you see it's not going to work right, it's easy enough to peel it back off and stick on something else. But what I am going to do is just chop off a couple of frames, maybe just enough to get past the old splicing glue. I'm going to cut that off, tape it together, reload it on the Wolverine, and finish digitizing that film.